Imagine building a haunted house.
Okay, I'm with you.
But like, instead of fake cobwebs and actors jumping out from behind dark corners and rubber masks.
Right, the usual Halloween stuff.
Yeah, the cheesy stuff. Imagine the architecture is made entirely out of a 17-year-old's combat memories.
Oh, wow. That's dark.
Right. The floorboards are the sounds of artillery. The air smells like diesel and copper.
Blood.
Exactly, blood. And the ghosts aren't, Victorian specters. They're the people you literally just had breakfast with that morning who simply vanished into thin air by lunch.
Mm-hmm. Just gone.
Just gone.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking at a piece of audio today that essentially constructs that exact psychological space. Welcome to the deep dive.
Glad to be here.
The mission for today, for you listening, is to unpack a profoundly heavy cinematic narrative hip-hop track titled Baptized in Pain, The Weight of 1,000 Souls.
Yeah, and you might also see it referred to in production circles as TRP-8.
Right, TRP-8.
Yeah.
And it's a track that fundamentally disrupts how we process military narratives.
It really does. It completely flips the script.
So let's talk about the source stack. What do we actually have on the table today?
We've got the raw lyrical transcripts, obviously, but we also have the isolated vocal and instrumental audio files.
Line to walk, and we need to set the parameters right out of the gate here.
Yeah, absolutely.
You aren't going to put this on a summer barbecue playlist.
No, definitely not.
This isn't background music for a workout.
Mm-hmm.
This is an exploration of the absolute psychological weight of war. We're analyzing how the track uses elements of a genre called horror trap.
Which is a wild combination.
It is. Combined with this constantly evolving narrative arc, we're going from battlefield chaos to a final, incredibly haunting confession.
It's a journey, a really tough one.
So whether you're a veteran yourself or maybe a family member trying to understand a loved one who came back, or just someone fascinated by how music translates completely unspoken human trauma into art, this deep dive is going to fundamentally change how you hear war stories.
I really believe that.
Okay, let's unpack this. Before we even look at a single lyric, we have to talk about the sonic environment, because the beat itself, it tells half the story.
It really does. You just can't separate the lyrics of The Weight of 1,000 Souls from its production.
Mm-hmm.
The identity of the track is explicitly defined as horror trap mixed with grounded military storytelling.
Which, like you said, is a jarring combination of terms. Because when I think of military storytelling, I think of snare drums keeping perfect time.
Right, John Philip Sousa marches.
Exactly. Triumphant brass sections, swelling orchestral strings, music that's designed to make you feel unified, forward-moving, and, part of something invincible.
Yeah, that traditional sound is very intentionally designed to inspire recruitment and maintain morale. It's functional music meant to project strength.
Mm-hmm.
But horror trap operates on the exact opposite end of the physiological spectrum. What's fascinating here is how framing a war story inside this specific sonic palette, it acts as a brilliant subversion of our expectations.
How so?
Well, the production strips away all that bright brass. Instead, you're hit with dark, grinding, industrial sounds.
Oh, that's heavy.
Very heavy. There's this distorted sub-bass that actually rattles your chest cavity, combined with distant battlefield ambience, like the muffled thud of mortars that you feel more than you actually hear.
It honestly sounds like walking through a nightmare that refuses to end. Even the snare hits and trap music are usually crisp and fast, right?
No, usually, yeah.
But here they have this metallic, echoing quality.
Right, because they mimic the unfeeling machinery of war. And the tempo itself is crucial. It's sluggish, it's dragging you through the mud.
It definitely doesn't inspire a march.
No, it mimics the physiological exhaustion of hypervigilance.
Wait, unpack that a bit. Hypervigilance.
Yeah, so when your sympathetic nervous system is locked in a fight or flight state for months on end, your body eventually just depletes its adrenaline reserves.
You just crash.
Exactly. And the soundscape here perfectly captures that specific depletion. The beat starts with cold industrial percussion to represent the sheer environmental chaos, and then
it evolves. Right.
Yes, it slowly adds heavier, dissonant layers as the psychological weight accumulates.
But wait, I have to push back on this premise just a little bit.
Sure, go ahead.
We're talking about trap music. Trap is ubiquitous in pop culture. It's in clubs, it's in car commercials, it's party music. By taking a genre that is so heavily commercialized and mashing it up with horror aesthetics, Aren't the creators risking, I don't know, cheapening this incredibly serious subject matter?
That's a great question.
It just feels like there's a razor-thin line between an empathetic portrayal of trauma and, like, a hype track for a first-person shooter video game?
It's a completely valid concern, and it's actually the central tension that creators had to navigate, according to the dev notes.
Okay, so how did they avoid that?
The difference lies in the specific mechanics of Horror 4. A hype track relies on resolving chord progression. It builds tension and then releases it in a way that gives the listener a dopamine hit.
Right, the beat drops and you feel good.
Exactly. It makes you feel powerful.
Oh.
But the production in this track specifically avoids musical resolution.
Oh, interesting.
The chords are dissonant. The bass is oppressive rather than bouncy. The darkness of the horror trap genre is actually its greatest empathetic tool because it denies the listener the pleasure of a catchy groove.
So it forces you to sit with the discomfort. It's like taking a genre usually reserved for haunted houses and realizing the most terrifying haunted house is actually the human mind after combat.
That is a perfect analogy, yeah. It traps you in the claustrophobia of the trauma. You aren't bobbing your head, you're feeling the suffocating weight of the narrator's reality.
The medium is the message.
Precisely. The chaotic, unresolved nature of Horror Trap is arguably the most accurate sonic representation of post-traumatic stress available in modern music.
So it's protecting the song from being misused. Like, you can't play this at a stadium to pump up a football crowd because it fundamentally makes you feel unsettled.
Right. It demands that you actually listen.
That makes a lot of sense. But to understand the specific mind we're exploring inside this unsettling soundscape, we have to look at how this protagonist was conceived in the first place. The background on this is wild.
Oh, it's one of the most revealing aspects of the whole development process.
Yeah.
The initial concept for the track was supposed to be a broad tribute to Ukrainian soldiers.
Oh, really? So it was originally tied to a specific real-world conflict?
Yes. They were conceptualizing it on a macro scale, thinking in terms of an entire army and national security.
Still rain falls, boots deep in the red. Eyes wide open, seen too many dead. Smoke in my lungs, names in my mind, truth in my throat that I can't rewind. Yeah, foxhole flooded, mold in the chow. First tour hit me, I remember it now. But it cracked jokes, then he vanished in smoke. Tagged in the dirt, mom's heart just broke. I ain't a hero, just did what I did. 17 years old, still basically a kid. Trigger in my palm, trying not to shake. Praying my choices ain't all mistakes. Concrete back home, but the war stayed in. Hear a car backfire, I'm right there again. No parades, just bottles and pills at night. Me versus memory, I still lose that fight. I face the dark where the silence screams, where war cracks minds and poison dreams. I walk through the ash, through the smoke and flame. Blood on my boots and a buried name. Let the sirens wail and the night wind roll. I carry the weight of 1,000 souls. Yeah. Sand in my teeth, dust in my prayer, writing last words in the dead cold air. Tell my little brother I'm proud he's alive. Tell my old man that I really did try. Chopper blades cut through the burning sky. Watched a grown man choke when he had to say bye. We don't talk much, we just trade that stare. Every scar on our skin says we both were there. Came home to a job that I couldn't keep, cause the smell of diesel drags me out of sleep. Laugh in the daylight, drown at night. Truth ain't pretty, but I say it on mic. Through dirt and blood, I still stand tall. If heaven hears me, it don't ever call. This ain't a song, it's how I remain. Built from the wounds, baptized in pain. I face the dark where the silence screams, where war cracks minds and poison dreams. I walk through the ash, through the smoke and flame. Blood on my boots and a buried name. Let the sirens wail and the night wind roll. I carry the weight of 1,000 souls. So remember this voice, even if the world won't. I was there, in the blood, in the mud, and I never broke.